G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be doing the tips for round 9 of the season. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Subscribe away if you haven't already to stay up to date with how we're going tips wise. And for me, right at the moment, solid in the top 4. Got my second 9 of the year. I very rarely even get one lot of 9 for the year. 8 rounds in. 2 9s out of the last 3 weeks, 7 the week before that, so in some good form, which possibly the best tipping form of my life. In saying all that, I've probably, probably just ruined it for myself, but yeah, all green ticks last week, and green ticks are wonderful to see on the screen as shown there. And I'll tell you what, there's some tough games as we look ahead into round 9. Starting us off, we have a doubleheader on the Friday. We have Richmond and Geelong at the MCG. What's going to be an interesting clash because both sides have a fair few injuries. Geelong keep getting injuries as well. Each and every week it seems to transpire. Danger game for the Cats, I would think. However, I think we'll get the job done. Maybe, I'll go 14 points. Have we had more personnel, I would probably tip us a little bit more comfortably. But yeah, it's going to be right down to the wire, I reckon. It usually is somehow against Richmond, irrespective of personnel. But no, Tom Lynch will definitely help us out a fair bit. But yeah, we've still got, our midfield's going to be challenged big time. Probably the leanest it's ever been with no Guthrie, no Dangerfield. There's lots of other players out. I'm not super confident going into this one considering the injuries through the midfield, and that's where the game's won and lost, and they've got Taranto and Hopper on fire at the moment. 100% danger game for the Cats, and definitely not, I'm only tipping us based off the way we've been playing lately, seem to be getting back on track, but no, Dangerfield will hurt a lot, so I don't know why I'm tipping Geelong, but I am. Then we go over to the West, and this one's an interesting game as well. West Coast and Gold Coast. Gold Coast played some great footy last week. So did West Coast. I'm going Gold Coast, but gee, it's one of those ones where Gold Coast, they can play some great footy and then all of a sudden fall off the perch the next week. So this is, again, another real danger game. I almost want to tip West Coast, and I'm going to be spewing if they win. But they're right into it. They played really well against Richmond for 3 quarters. Then Richmond broke away, but we also know they lost by over 100 points recently against Carlton over there, which was monumental. But yeah, we go on the Suns. Just their body of work's been good. They've played some good footy. Haven't always got the wins on the board, but yeah, I think they're in better stead than the Eagles. But I reckon Suns in a tight one. Moving to the Saturday, we've got Sydney and Fremantle. This one is at the SCG. I like Sydney in this one, although Dockers will definitely give them a good go, that's for sure. Sydney just have to win. It's desperation. They've lost 3 in a row. Very rarely do they lose 2 in a row. They've lost their last 3. And I feel like they just have to win, and at home should give them a little bit of confidence, but yeah, definitely no easy beats here at the moment, especially with the injuries they've got in their D50. Then we have North Melbourne and Port Adelaide. Don't know about the odds on this one. This is just one of those ones where I feel like North they play pretty good footy at Blundstone. The previous form guys probably not going to look great, but yeah, there's something in the air here where it feels like it's either going to be North pinching something or it being really close. I'll go Port Adelaide because of the body of work that I've seen, and I'm really impressed with what they're doing. And they've been sort of the masters in the tight games as well, like the Pies. It's funny, Port Adelaide haven't really been talked about in the volumes that Collingwood have with their tight finishes, but yeah, that's life, isn't it? I think Port Adelaide, will be too classy in the end, but definitely it's a danger game if they're not on their game. A few danger games this round, that's for sure. We have Hawthorn, Melbourne. This one's at the MCG. Again, Hawthorn definitely show some good effort at times, but then fade out in the second halves. Melbourne, the professional side, will get the job done. We have Brisbane hosting the Essendon Bombers. This one's at the Gabba, Saturday night game. Should be a good game, that's for sure. Essendon got them last year. Brisbane had a lot of COVID ramifications, and Essendon, as you can see, they won by 10 points. Probably one of their very few losses at the Gabba for a long time. I think, yeah, Brisbane playing some excellent footy, got a really good defensive system going at the moment, so I'm liking the way they're going about it. Some toughies here, I'll tell you what. Marvel Stadium, all right, we got Carlton and the Western Bulldogs. Yeah, I mean, the odds say it all, don't they? It is a real coin flip, and so at the recent games, we've seen, topsy-turvy between win-loss. It's so tough. I'm going to go the Dogs, only because I haven't seen enough good work from Carlton. They got West Coast probably at a vulnerable time, and played some great footy over there. But yeah, I've just what the Dogs have been able to produce gives me more confidence. But I can just as easily go, Carlton almost due to win. But I mean, I don't think you can ever be due to win. It is such an important game. But I think Dogs in tight one. So tough to pick though. It's a tough round, and I haven't exactly gone out on a limb here with any, but I'll probably need to chuck an upset in there. We go to Adelaide Oval. We've got the Crows and the Saints. Both teams in pretty decent form. Because it's at the home ground for the Crows, I'll go them. I believe the Saints have only beaten there once ever, if my memory serves me correct. I reckon it might have been this game. Maybe twice. There we are. No, that must have been, early last year when the Saints were absolutely red hot. It's twice. I remember Tim Embry celebrating like they won a grand final, I think, when they beat them there for the first time. Sorry, Tim. Final game of the round, we've got Collingwood GWS. I feel like GWS have a sneaky good record against the Pies. Let's have a look and validate if that's correct. 11-22 last time. There we are. They've won 4 of their last 5. I think, the Pies are a much better side than probably the previous Giants sides that they've faced. Well, they play once a year, and Collingwood are much different to them. Being it's at the MCG, Pies hardly lose there. But again, GWS could throw the kitchen sink at them, and you just never quite know. I think I'm not really comfortable. There's about 3 that I could just easily do some topsy-turvy stuff, but I'm going to play it safe and regret it because I haven't been playing safe and getting some good results. But if I do change my mind, I will inform you accordingly prior to games because I'm transparent with how I go about it. Let's go through it. Starting from the top, we've got Geelong, Gold Coast, Sydney, Port Adelaide, Melbourne, Brisbane, Western Bulldogs, Adelaide, Collingwood. There's definitely part of me that wants to go Carlton and West Coast. But I'll see how I go. And if I get miss some upsets that I really wanted to pick, I'll just kick down the corridor again in round 10 and get back on track. But there you go. Guys, hope you enjoy the tips videos. Hopefully I can keep up the good form. Now that I've just pumped my own tyres in terms of how I've been going, it could definitely be an egg on the face action very soon. But let's hope for a good round of footy. Guys, appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to like the videos, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next video.